Bismillah, salatu salam wa Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jazakallah khair for visiting again my channel, my videos, my dawah. Alhamdulillah, may Allah give us success. May Allah give us the blessings in our lives, because without the blessings of Allah, you can do the work of 20 Bill Gates and you can do the work of 20 Microsoft people all at the same time, but if there's no blessing in it, you won't even make a single program that's going to work for a single computer. Alhamdulillah. So may Allah inshallah put blessing in everything we do. Today's video, what I'd like to talk about is choices. We are here, we're in this dunya all together, believers, non-believers, good people, bad people, shaitans amongst us, devils, rich people, elite people, people that have wealth beyond our scope of imagination, people that don't have even a piece of bread to actually eat. I know that's hard to imagine living in the US, but it's happening in this world. We're all here, stuck to the same planet, stuck to basically some of the similar parameters as anybody else, no matter what level you're on. And every single human being is stuck to the fact that every day they have to make choices. And the result of your life is going to end up in the choices you actually end up making. And so this is what I want to try to discuss. It's good to be aware. It's important for us to have knowledge of what our surroundings are. A Muslim should always be aware of his immediate surroundings, his community, what's happening in his nation, what's happening in the world. We shouldn't be ignorant. We should have knowledge. We should have an understanding of what's the situation that we're living in economically, all kinds of different ways to understand what's happening. We have to be aware as people. However, there's one thing to be aware of things, and then there's another is to be understanding the situation and having an understanding of what in this world is going to impact you. So we remember the hadith of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying that if the whole world had joined hands to benefit you, they could not benefit you except for what Allah had already decreed. And if the whole world united to give you a piece of harm, they couldn't do it except for what Allah had already decreed. And we have to always keep in mind, success is in the sunnah. We have to understand what is the meaning of success, how does success come about. Money could be someone's doom. I just finished reading an article talking about the curse of the lottery winners. It's just several people that have won the lottery and how their lives were destroyed by this money. And that's what we're talking about. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not putting a blessing, is not putting risk inside of your risk, then this same dollar could hurt you just as much as it could help you. There was a poor man one time. He goes up to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he says, you know, he's looking for charity, right? And instead of recognizing him, the Sahabas reminded the Prophet after a long time, saying, you know, did you know this guy wanted charity? And so the Prophet responded, he said, he's good the way he is, meaning he's better off by not giving him charity, because only Allah knows, and the messenger knew how that could have affected him. You understand? And so only Allah knows what's best for us. We might think my life is not going to be good, my life is not going to be complete until I get so many dollars in my pocket. And this is obviously delusional thinking. This is not reality based. And so we think in terms of the sunnah. When Muslims calculate and review their lives to see whether or not that period of time or that expedition was a successful one, we don't look at just the results of our grades or how much a profit we made or this and that in terms of dunya. We don't look at it like that. We look at it in terms of whatever I just went through, trying to get married, whatever it could have been. Did I follow the sunnah? That is how we know whether or not we were successful. And if we did stick to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then no matter what the results, then we got the ajr for what we've just done. And that is the whole purpose of life. And so back to the point, choices. We're living most of the time in situations we have absolutely no control over, right? But that's not the point. That is not the crux of our lives. You understand? The point is, what choices now do we make in going about the situation? And that is the whole purpose of our lives. When Yaqub, alayhi salam, Jacob, lost his son Yusuf, and his sons came back to him, and they informed him that Yusuf alayhi salam was eaten by the wolf, even though he wasn't eaten by the wolf, and they showed him a shirt with some blood on it from an animal. He knew it wasn't true. But what did he do? Did he just destroy his family at that point and destroy his sons and put an end to his family relations? No, he didn't do that. He's the Prophet of Allah. And what was his response? He said, my response to the situation is going to be patience. He's going to be patient with this. He cried so many tears that he actually ended up losing his eyesight. He couldn't even see anymore. That was the pain he endured, but he did it with patience. That was his choice. And so, here we are. We're in our position. We're in the situation that we're in. We're in a place we can't control. That's not the point. The point is, what choices are we going to make about it? And so Allah puts choices in front of us every day. It's time to pray. Am I going to pray, or am I going to not pray? It's time to fast. Am I going to fast, or am I not going to fast? Even though I'm hungry, what choice am I going to make? I see something that I want to do that's haram. Am I going to go after that and grab it with my hands? Am I going to disregard what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said? Or am I going to disregard my nafs and control it and keep away from it and go after it in a way that's halal? These are the choices we have to make. And so this is basically our daily test. It's your daily choice. You're a Muslim. You're broke. You don't have any money. Am I going to go and look for a job? Am I going to do my best to find some work? Or am I simply going to always try to find charity from people and live off that? And Rasulullah ﷺ said that for the one who begs and he's able to work, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep him in that position. Think about that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is letting us make our own choices. He's creating the qadr of our lives based on the fact that we're going to have free will. Think about that. So it's up to us. Whatever it is your life ends up being on the day of judgment, when the people land on that huge plane of the earth being flattened out, and the earth is releasing all of its burdens, and all of the humans and the animals are coming up from their resurrection. La ilaha illallah. We're all going to be gifted or disgraced with our book of deeds, which is going to be the culmination of every choice we ever made. And so think about that. May Allah guide us, may Allah protect us to make the right choices. Ameen. Jazakallah khair.